On December 17th, 1987, Capcom released Rockman in Japan, which was renamed Mega Man in the West, receiving positive opinions by critics, but it didn't sell that well. Then the sequel came and brought the Blue Bomber on top, selling more than its predecessor. After 8 sequels and a few spin-offs, Capcom revived the series with Mega Man 9 and 10 on PC, PS3, 360, and the Wii, and later put the series to sleep while Mighty No. 9 takes over what they started. Then it seemed like our Arm Cannon Man might be on sleep mode for a really long time, but on its 30th anniversary, Capcom announced that they are reviving him again with the 11th installment. But what sort of new tricks have they taught this old bomber? Welcome to the HUD everyone, I'm Zacharoni, and today I'll be a waiter who will be going through some of the features the game has to offer. So without further ado, please be seated and here are the toppings on Mega Man 11. No matter how someone has an idea, another person will have mixed opinions about that idea. Then it leads to a fallout between both of them. And these two are the perfect example. Dr. Wily, who believes that artificial intelligence should be used for military might, while Dr. Light thinks that they should be used to help the community. In the end, they went with Dr. Light's decision, leaving Wily to storm out of the room and trying to prove that he was right. By causing destruction, of course. After being beaten by Dr. Light and Mega Man 10 times, Dr. Wily had got a new plan that he remembers from his university years. Dubbed the Double Gear System, he went into Light's lab and abducted all the robots he was fixing and reprogrammed them to work for him, while yet again causing destruction to prove that he was right. As you do, sir. But unknown to Wily, Light had got a prototype version of that system, and so he installed it to Mega Man to use against Dr. Wily to give him a fighting chance. And as you keep going, you learn more about Light and Wily's relationship at the university. Mega Man 11's structure will be familiar to longtime fans of the series, but those who aren't, here's what you need to know. Mega Man 11 is a 2D side-scroller where you need to get from point A to B, ultimately ending with a boss battle against the Robot Masters, and your reward is their power-up that you can use in the game. However, while the stages are linear, you can complete them in any order you like, but the real challenge comes from finding the power-up that is effective against the right Robot Master. Before you start the game, you have 3 difficulties to choose from. Normal is for the longtime fans of the series where you start with 2 lives, Casual start you up with 5 lives, while Superhero is similar to normal mode but you take double damage. But for the newbies, there's Newcomer mode, where you get unlimited lives, take less damage, and are saved from bottomless pits. Finally, there's Challenge mode, where you select a stage and complete them with special conditions like get to the end as fast as you can, or creative ones like doing less amount of jumps or using fewer attacks on enemies. Plus, you can use all the power-ups that you collected throughout the main game. However you do in these challenges, you can upload your stats on the leaderboard and compare them with players around the world. And you can watch replays of other players to see how they did it. I mean, just look at this chap. He knows how to play. The series started off 8-bit for the NES, then 16-bit for the SNES and PS1, and then 8-bit again for the last generation of consoles. Now, Capcom had taken the character models, the environment, and rendered them in 3D, while presented itself in a 2D perspective, along with the music, which is composed by Mary Kazuzak, and sorry if I couldn't pronounce that name right. Not only that, Mega Man himself had been given a new look when using power-ups, so not only his armor will change colors, but his helmet will get more details like having light bulbs sticking out when using Fuse Man's power-up. Voice acting makes it return since Mega Man 8, and it featured Benjamin Diskin as Mega Man, Erica Lingbeck as Roll, Doug Stone as Dr. Light, Chris Hackney as Otto, and Keith Silverstein as Dr. Wily. As for options, you can alter the brightness, sound effects, music, and voices, choose from free audio devices, change the subtitles to 8 languages, and switch the voices from English to Japanese. As for PC players, they can switch the resolution from 6040 to 3840, set screen display to 3 types, and activate anti-aliasing and VSync. Fans will recognize the gameplay elements from classic Mega Man games, but for the newbies, here's a rundown. Mega Man can run, jump, slide, and shoot with his arm cannon, but holding it down for a few seconds allowed him to do a Mega Buster for extra damage. Power-ups replace his main attack, but you must keep an eye on the energy meter on the top left corner, and he can summon Rush to use as a bounce pad, then later you can use him as a hoverboard that goes forward, but you can only control him up and down. New to the series is the double gear system, which you can use to increase damage or slow down time for a short amount of time. But if you use it all up, you have to wait for it to cool down, or fight in gear to refill it again. But if your health is low, then you can use the double gear technique that activates both gears for a limited time. And once that's done, his arm cannon firing will be slower, and the Mega Buster will be offline until the gear system is fully charged again. Mega Man can get hurt from touching enemies on contact and projectiles, but he can instantly be KO'd by bottomless pits, spikes, and can get crushed by objects that are 3 times his size. Along the way, you collect nuts and bolts which can be used to buy things at Dr. Light's lab, like extra lives, summoned beak to rescue him from bottomless pits, and tanks to refill his health, power-up energy, or both at the same time. You can also use them on parts to improve your performance in the game, like automatically charging the Mega Buster without holding it, and preventing you from slipping around on icy surfaces. Mega Man 11 will cost you £24.99 for Steam, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch digitally, but you can get a retail version of it on PS4 and Xbox One for the same price. As for storage, it requires 2 GB of space for PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, while Steam users will have to deal with DRM, which contains 50 achievements and trophies, plus a platinum for PS4 users. Well, that's some of the features I can tell you right now, but if there are some that I have missed, let me know in the comments, and I hope this will give you an idea of what you'll be getting for your money. Check back with me after the end of the month and I'll tell you what I think of Mega Man 11 and all the other games I've been playing. And if you like what you see, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. But until then, I'm Zacharoni. Enjoy your pizza, and I'll see you next time.